Welcome to 3-Minute Thoughts. So there's a quote, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. I don't feel I totally agree with that quote, but it reminds me of a story in high school. Now, back in the 70s and 80s and stuff like that, people liked doing experiments on kids. They did. There was a person named James Elliot who did an experiment with blue eyes and brown eyes. That's not the one that I'm going to talk about, but it's just an example of experiments done with kids a long time ago. Very social, economical games. Anyway, when I was in high school, I was part of the humanities group, which we mixed English and history together. Like if we learned about a certain time period, like learn about Roman history, then we'd learn about the play Julius Caesar. Things like that. And I remember our teachers, and I don't remember the name, but they had us play this game, and it was a social game, and I don't know what experiment this was supposed to be or what it was supposed to teach. Maybe it was along the lines of, it was maybe about reading Machiavelli, and it was about power corrupting. I remember there was these poker chips, and everyone was given a bunch of poker chips of different colors, and each color had a different value, but collecting sets of the same color increased the value of that color. And so you had to do like a little math in your head to figure out what your poker chip values were, because it changes. And there were some rules for trading the chips, and then some rules for the people who had a higher value of chips could give orders to people with lower value of chips. And the whole experiment that we did was probably like half hour long, and it ended up devolving into chaos at the end of it. So maybe that was what it was trying to show. But back now to the quote of power corrupts, and I don't feel that's true. I don't feel that, I'm sure you can easily find examples of people who are powerful who are corrupt. But you can also find examples of people who are powerful who are not corrupt. And people who are very powerful who are not corrupt. So you can't do an absolutes. So I don't think power corrupts, but I think it exposes corruption or allows people to express their corruption. I also think corrupt people seek power. Again, it's a whole chicken and egg situation, which I feel that the quote gets wrong, but at the same time, it is an eye-opener that it gives you a warning that you do need to be careful or wary of people who are in power to make sure they can't abuse the power. So they do need safeguards. And so that is maybe one helpful part of that quote, is to let the regulators know that you need to watch the watchmen. That was a nice little word salad. Anyway, those are my thoughts, and have a good one. Thanks.